So, you want to be an it girl? All right, guys, welcome back to Confessions of Wannabe It Girl. Today, I'm joined by Ray. Hi, Ray.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited. I haven't done like a proper podcast about like myself, so I'm like really excited to just talk and give some confessions as
love
a
that.
wannabe it girl.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so I'm literally gonna throw this like right at you at the top. Like,
all right, bet.
What do you say you do?
Okay, so I hate calling myself an influencer. I think it sounds so fucking like I'm an influencer. Like I'm so posh and like annoying. I hate that. So I just tell people I'm a content creator because for me, I don't like, it's not like I do only like YouTube, for example. So I can't just call myself like a YouTuber, and then I don't only do Twitch. So I can't just say, oh, I stream on Twitch. So usually when people ask me what I do and what I say on my resume is that I'm a content creator. And then if they like kind of be like, oh, what does that like mean? Or like, what do you do? I will go in and be like, oh, I make like Instagram content. I model. I stream on Twitch. Sometimes I do YouTube stuff. I do XYZ, like all that kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah.
And like you are pretty spread on like multiple different platforms.
Oh yeah. Literally like every platform that has existed, like that is popular, I have probably like low-key done it, which is
And like, when did you start doing all of this?
In 8th grade is when I first started doing YouTube. Yeah. So it's been like what? I'm a senior in college now. So it's been like 8 years, maybe 7 years.
Oh my God.
I started when I was like 13 and I'm 21 now. So yeah, 7 years.
Wait, fuck. Like we have to talk about this. Like you grew up doing this.
Yeah, it's weird because, okay, so I'll give you the whole like spiel. This might take like a second, but so, okay. I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTube series Teens React. It was like a very fucking popular, like multi-million viewed like in sub channels. So back when I was in middle school, I think that the channel like really popped off. Like I think when I was in middle school and high school, and I used to like love watching that show. It was like one of my favorite things on YouTube to watch when I was like literally in like 6th grade or whatever. Totally. And when I was in 8th grade, it was funny because I didn't have any social media accounts at this time. I didn't make one until I started doing Teens React, but I was literally like, oh, I think social media is stupid. Like, why would I want to post where I'm going? That's kind of like weird. Like, I'll just tell my friends what I did that we can like show them photos on my phone or whatever. So I was super against it. And then one of my friends who had an Instagram account was like, oh, FBE, which is what Teens React's channel, like the mother channel is called, just posted like that they want to do like a casting call from viewers because usually they get their kids, I guess, from like agencies or whatever. It's not a scripted show whatsoever, but I think for them it was just easier to get like child models or actors because they would just be like more natural in front of a camera than like most people who would be,
especially back then.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, sure, I'll apply. I didn't think I was gonna get in. I was in 8th grade at the time, and the whole process was at first it was like a lot of packets. Like they sent like emails where you would fill out like packets basically, like what are your, because it's an opinion based show, right? Like it's if for those of you who don't know, like at home, like Teens React was a segment on the show The Fine Brothers, and there was a bunch of ones. They had like kids react, teens react, adults react and stuff, and it's literally what it sounds like. They would get a cast of like somewhere between 5 to 8 people with that generation to come in, react to something, whether that's like popular media, a music video, a trailer, like a video game, eating weird foods, like whatever, doing challenges, and we would like react to it, right? Like, and people liked us because there was just a bunch of different teens from a bunch of different backgrounds and like opinions and this and that or whatever, and so people just really liked the show. So that was basically what the packet was, like asking like, oh, do you watch anime? Yes or no? Like, what type of anime? What are your favorite movies? Like, what are things you like, you dislike? And I don't know why the fuck I did this, but I remember like on one of the prompts it was like, write about something you dislike, and I wrote like a whole like 1.5-page essay about why I thought fake pockets on women's jeans were like stupid and like we're dumb, and I was just ranting about it. They are. I don't know. I guess I was just like a little like quirky enough that they liked me or whatever. And so the applications went from like a couple hundred, like 200 or 300 to 20. And then they invited those 20 people, 10 guys and 10 girls, into the studio to film like a mock react video, which supposedly was supposed to never get aired, but I eventually, like 4 years fucking down the line, I ended up reacting back to it. I came in, I did my mock react shit, and then from those 20, they chose two. They chose one guy, one girl, and I just happened to be the girl. Yeah. So I beat out like.
Were you just like shitting yourself?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Because it's not like this was just like a gig. Like I was auditioning as like a child actor. Yeah. It was like, I fucking love this show. And I remember the first day I fucking walked in there, because the way that it works is like, obviously there's like a waiting room, and sometimes you'll bump into other kids from the show while there's like filming going on. I remember seeing one of the kids from the show that I was like obsessed with, and I was like, holy fucking shit, that's Ethan James. Oh my God, I'm like obsessed with him. Like, this is crazy. Like, whoa. And it just felt so surreal, because I was like literally in middle school. And then suddenly I just got so much clout from my friends and shit, because everyone watched that show. And it was just like, dude, being on that show, like high-key changed my life. Like after my first, I want to say like episode or two, my mom was like, I think you should start an Instagram account. Like, I think you should start doing social media.
Oh shit. I was literally going to ask, what are your parents' feelings in this?
So when I first auditioned, I only told my mom. I didn't tell my dad, because I wasn't 100% sure how he would feel. So my parents, so my dad kind of grew up in it. So he actually was a producer for EA, like the video company. So my dad kind of works in entertainment, not exactly like that sort of entertainment, but like a very similar branch of shit. So he gets it. And on top of that, like a lot of Asian parents, I think, are very much like, oh, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer. My parents were never like that, which was awesome. My dad, was actually born in America. My mom was born in Taiwan, but she was raised in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. So their whole like thing is like, we don't give a shit like what you do with your life, as long as you're like killing it. And if you're not killing it, then we're gonna start getting on your ass and like start, like,
dude, that's literally how my parents are.
Mm-hmm, like 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So when I told them I wanted to do this, it wasn't like I started my own YouTube channel and they're like, this is a waste of time. It was like an already established, like multi-million watched, like multi-million sub channel where they're like, yeah, fuck it, go for it. But because of that this is like kind of the crux of the thing. So like I started doing, Instagram because of that. I literally remember my first post. It was like a selfie in a claim jumper's bathroom. Like, I don't know if you guys know what a claim jumper is, but it's like a really shitty American restaurant where you get like steaks and stuff. And it was like the most yellow thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't even have the fucking picture anymore, but it was just terrible. And I just did not know how to use it.
I want the photo so bad.
It was so bad, bro. I fucking wish I saw I can try and look for it, but I don't. I think she's lost to the wind. But the thing is like, beyond just the social media aspect, it was weird for me, because like 8th grade, like to get little real here for a second, like 8th grade is like a tough time. Like I was bullied and shit. Even for being on the show, I got bullied for that.
Yeah.
And like, I was a very deeply insecure person up until probably I was in college. And it wasn't like I started my own YouTube channel, right? And it had like its own natural growth and snowballed into being like something big. No, it was like I got dropped in the fucking pool, and immediately right off the bat, there were like comments being made about me, like my appearance or my opinions or how I sound, because everyone has an opinion on the internet. And it's so easy for someone to be like hateful behind a screen. And despite all of the amazing feedback I got, like I ended up getting turned into like a little meme on like Tumblr, not like a bad one, but people, because it was my first episode was about anime, and I was like very passionate about the topic. And there were a lot of people who liked me, and it was really nice. And because of that, they ended up bumping me into like one of the main cast members like right away. And so I became like one of the main kids on the show, and like very easily recognizable. And I would be in like a lot of episodes. But there were definitely like a lot of people who disliked me, and it like really fucked with my like mentality and my mental health when I was like growing up, and like being in 8th grade and like having like literally tens of millions of people like looking at you and having no control over it, because it's again not like I edited those videos. They hired people to edit them,
right?
So whatever the fuck I said, like they could edit it in any way that they wanted to make me sound any way that they wanted to, not like shitting on the editors or anything like that. But it was just like
8th grade and on a reality TV show in a way.
Exactly. That's exactly what it fucking was. And it was just like, especially because it wasn't scripted or anything. It was like your own like genuine, like what you were saying. And I was a fucking dumbass. I don't know. I would say stupid shit. Nothing like that would get me canceled, but I would just be like, I don't know, like ugly, like, you know what I mean? Like cringy or whatever.
No, but
and I love that now. Like, I think it's like very precious to me now, but at the time it was definitely like harder on me. But I'm really glad that it happened, because it opened so many doors for me. I ended up doing React up until about a year ago, like a year and a half ago, and then I quit. And then from Teens React, I was one of the few people that really utilized my Instagram account. Like I had a lot of friends, and because of because of Teens React, it made me realize that I want to go into film. So that's what I'm actually studying right now.
Oh my god, I was literally gonna ask. That's very cool. So it's like, wow, there's so much to digest there. Like
there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. Like, so I want to talk a little bit about it. Like, so you get on this YouTube channel and it's blowing up. So you're blowing up and you're in 8th grade, and like people at school are mean about it.
I mean, like, low-key, not everybody, but there were some people who were like, people didn't really, I was like a popular kid in high school, not in a sense that like I was like a cheerleader on the cheerleader, but I had like a lot of friends. Like I was friends with a lot of kids at the school, but I was weird. Really like yeah, well, I mean, not even like I was just a very friendly person, and like everyone was just like friendly back or whatever. Yeah. But I was definitely like weird. Like this was back before like anime was a cool thing, right? And I fucking loved anime, and I still do. I was like a big weeb, and like I was like a little emo Tumblr kid, so I would like wear really thick eyeliner, like gray fucking contact lenses in like 8th grade, and like dress like, you know, a Tumblr kid or whatever. And like what else? I don't know. Like I really like video game. Like it was just a lot of like stuff that I think now makes me really unique, and a lot of people like me for. But back then, when you go to school with a bunch of white kids, like I grew up in a predominantly white ass area, like a rich white area, where the thing was like, oh, if you played football or you were on the cheer team, you were cool. Right. I was definitely a little weird. Like I was friendly, but I was a little weird. And a lot of people are like mean. Like, I don't know, like girls are mean. Like people would like talk shit behind my back. It'd be like, oh, she thinks she's all that because she got on the show, which I never even like really talked about it at school. Like I never talked about it at school because I like didn't want people like, I thought I was not embarrassed, but I was like embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I can like, only imagine.
I thought it was sick as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Like I was so excited. Like when I got on the show, I fucking told everybody about it, but I wasn't going to like I'm not going to go around telling people like, hey, a new episode just dropped. Like check it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but people were mean to me. And like, on top of that, people were like clout chasers because like, because I started my Instagram account, like literally right after I got on the show, people like found me from the show and like would like follow me. And then like, I was getting like, I think I already hit like 10K before like high school even started. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's low-key a big number for like a 13-year-old to have.
Oh yeah. I think that's huge. And like, also like, Instagram was still like somewhat uncharted waters on some level. So 100%. It's like huge. Like, you know, now people like aspire to do what you did. Like, you know, literally, I see all the time like pictures of like kids on the first day, and it's like, what did my like, you know, Marley when she grows up wants to be a YouTuber. It's like, legit like a career.
It is, but I feel like back then when I was in middle school, it wasn't as big of a thing, so people would make fun of me for it.
Right.
Like they'd be like, you know what I mean? Like because they're jealous or whatever, or you know, whatever. But and then again, like I said, clout chasers, like people would always be like super fake nice to me and be like, oh my God, like let's take pictures together. Like, oh my God, tag me, like whatever. And it was just like
great.
It's great, yeah. Or like, you know, people would like take pictures of me at school and like post them on the internet, like for no reason. Like it was super weird. It was super weird, bro. Like I was not like, I don't know. It got a lot better when I was in high school and I kind of figured out how to deal with my shit. And on top of that, like the group of friends that I had from like during this time period, I've known since I was like 5. I'm still good friends with them. And like it was a group of like 4 or 5 of us. And so I had my girlfriends and they never changed like the way that they talked to me about, you know, so it was fine. Like I got through it. And on top of that, like during that time period, I was going through it. Like that was the summer going into high school. So this was like a few months after I started doing React. I got diagnosed with like severe depression and anxiety and like ADHD and a bunch of other shit. So it was just like a lot going on at the same time. And my mental health was just so shit. And then on top of that, people like, it was just like so much happening. And like, I never wanted to quit, but it was like hard, like for sure.
Yeah. How did you like, cause like, you know, what I'm hearing is like, you had this amazing opportunity. You're going through life, you're growing up. And like, it sounds like you always stayed really like authentic to yourself. Like at this high school.
I think so.
Yeah. How did you do that? I think a lot of people struggle with that.
I agree. And it's something I definitely take pride in. Like now that I'm a little older and I have a lot of friends who are content creators or people who aren't, like the thing that I always fucking hear is people are like, dude, you're like really humble low key. Like you don't like talk, like you don't talk about this shit a lot. And like, you don't act like holier than thou, which I think a lot of people, especially on like Instagram, kind of act around people. But I don't know. I think what really helped was the fact that the show was based around me being an authentic person and me being able to say whatever I wanted in that little like room with a camera and the producer, and people liked that. Like I always was known, not necessarily for being unfiltered, but for having very strong opinions about things and like being very honest and very like, if I'm going to be excited, I'm going to be fucking excited. If I'm like sad, like I cry on the show, like whatever, you know what I mean? And so like people really like that. And so I think I saw that like really positive feedback about me being who I was and not being very like fake or like try to hold those opinions and emotions down, that it just transferred into like real life. And like every career that I've made myself in within all social media aspects have always been surrounded by like me and my personality. And it's always been great feedback. And so I think that just helped a lot. And because of that, like I talk the same way I do in real life as I would on this podcast, or as I would on a stream, or as I would on the YouTube channel or whatever. So I think I just got lucky. And I think a lot of it helped was that I didn't surround myself with content creators right off the bat. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a very healthy mindset for people like Charlie D'Amelio, for example. Like, she was like 16, 17 when she started, and she immediately started doing like hype house shit. Right. I don't think that's like great for like mental health stuff. I think kids need to like have a childhood and like grow up. And so like for me, I didn't start hanging out with people who made content until I was like in college, basically, like until a few years ago. And sure, I would be like friends with the kids on the show and friends with people who did YouTube or Instagram, but it was like I would just hang out with my friends that I've known since I was like 5, and I think they kept me really grounded throughout like all of this. And so like even though I grew up literally like pubertizing on the internet, like I think I was able to stay true to myself because of like my friends and family. So like I'm very grateful for that, because I would never want to be like a fake bitch. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I mean, and also like, I think in the end, like people can see it in the content. Like, you just know. And that's, I think what's so impressive is like, you literally came on when most people don't know who they are. You stick true to yourself. And like, that's the whole theme of this podcast in a way, is really like, I feel like, I'm going to say particularly women, that's not completely true, but like particularly women, like, you know, they'll look at what's cool, you know, and so they'll adjust themselves to whatever is cool. And, you know, just like keep changing, you know, if you're, this is a basic example, but like if you're a model and on Instagram, that's not enough. You need to be a Victoria's Secret model. And if you're a Victoria's Secret model, you have to be a high fashion model. And it just like, it goes on and on and on. And it's like, when the truth is like, if you're clearly just your authentic self, like, and put yourself in whatever social media, podcast, whatever you want, I think the longevity of that will pop off much more.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So it's like, I literally feel like your example of if you stay true to who you are, like that's way better than putting on all these outfits of being somebody else.
100%. And that's one of the reasons why I like low-key quit YouTube, not doing Teens React, but YouTube itself. Cause I think, and that's why I like streaming so much, is because on YouTube. So when I was on Teens React, I did launch my own YouTube channel, and it did like, all right. But first of all, I was never fucking consistent, because I literally was just like a terrible person. And like, I just couldn't, I was like 16. So that's why like I was out doing 16-year-old stuff, but the content I would make was very like basic girl content. It was like, you know, fashion haul, like Q&A, like challenges, like the stuff that was like popular back then. And I felt like, I think also why it didn't motivate me was it felt like not connected to who I was. Like I felt like a big disconnect with my YouTube content. Like, and I did for a while, and I tried over and over, like from the age of probably around like 17 until my freshman year of college, like I really tried. Like sometimes I'd like revamp and like do it again, but it was always that type of content. It was always like haul, get ready with me, story time, makeup tutorial, whatever. And I just like, I love those things. Don't get me wrong. I love fashion. I love makeup. I love doing that kind of stuff in person and like on Instagram. But I just like felt such a big disconnect with my YouTube content that I quit. And then when I quit Teens React, I was like, God damn, like I don't know what I want to do now. And then that's when I found Twitch. And I love Twitch because again, it's just like the authenticity thing. Like it's live, it's non-edited. I play video games, which is awesome. And like I get to interact with my like fans and stuff. And it's just like, I can be super authentic. And I think that's why Twitch has like really, really stuck for me.
Oh my gosh. I love that. All right. Let's get into it. Like, I want to know so much about the Twitch world. Like I don't think so. Like if you had to explain to me who doesn't like, get it at all, really, like what is Twitch?
So when Twitch originally started in 2012, it was a big platform for gamers specifically.
Okay.
To, you know, live stream them playing video games, basically. Since then, a big spike in Twitch occurred during COVID, which is actually when I started doing it, because I think a lot of people at home feel really connected. Like I love watching streamers. Like it feels very like you're like it's live. They're just talking about whatever they want to talk about, and it feels like you're kind of just like hanging out with them. You know what I mean? So I think a lot being stuck at home, it felt very like, it felt like a community, and it felt like very connecting to kind of watch somebody fucking sit at home and like do whatever. And because of that, there was a big boom in like other things. So now it's like, it's all live streams. And then you can go back and watch clips or VODs of the, you know, of the live stream. And the VODs itself disappear after, I think it's like a month or two, and then clips can stay on your channel. They're like up to a minute of like something funny or cool or whatever, like on your channel forever. But now there's like a big boom of like not only gamers, but like live streamers who just talk, and it's just chatting. Like all they do is sit and talk about their day or whatever.
Wow.
Like people doing makeup, people doing hot tub streams where they just like talk in a hot tub and like it's kind of like sexy or whatever. Like ASMR streams, like people like doing cooking streams, art streams, like it's sports streams. It is so cool to like workout streams, like
wow.
And it's all live, and it's like it is definitely, I still think, majority video games, but because of COVID, a big boom happened where now it's just like all it is people going live and doing whatever they want while they're live and choosing a category and doing that. And myself
what's the difference between like the subscriber, the follower, the all that stuff?
So you can follow for free. Anyone can make a Twitch account and follow for free and watch for free. But you have the option to support the content creators by subscribing to them. So subscribing, basically, you as the viewer pay $5 a month for a tier 1 sub. There's different tiers, and the higher tier you are, the cooler shit you get from Twitch. And if you sub, you get ad-free viewing, because otherwise you'd have to watch an ad before the stream starts. You get a subscriber badge, like in chat, where it shows that you're a subscriber. And you get emotes. So when a content creator on Twitch becomes an affiliate, which is super easy, it's like you got to retain like a 2 average views and like have 100 followers or something like that. You get affiliate, which is like everyone can pretty much get it. I
don't know if I could get it, but yeah.
It's very easy. You could totally do it. You get to upload emojis, kind of like emotes. So like mine are, for example, mine's like there's one with me like a little knife like stabbing. It's like all cartoons. Like I commissioned my friend to like draw them and stuff. So when you sub, you get those emotes to like spam and chat and stuff, because you get free emotes if you just like, you know, if you have a Twitch account. There's like global emotes like Pog, which is like that face, or like thumbs up, or like hearts, or like smiley faces and stuff. But you can get like customized emojis, which are called emotes, like if you sub. And on top of that, depending on the content creator, they can give different perks. Some people like doing giveaways, some people do like chats, whatever. The way that I do it is I do sub games every Saturday, which I actually am literally doing like tomorrow. So people get to play video games with me and like sit in voice chat and like have conversations with me.
Sick.
And then once a month they get entered, all of them, into a raffle. There's like 400 of them, and one winner will get like a private Skype call with me that will last like an hour or so. And then
so it's really community based.
It is all community based. Twitch is a big community based platform. Like a lot of people, when they start Twitch, they start Discord channels, and I have probably like 800 people in my Discord, and they all talk to themselves. Like they all talk every day. I talk in there sometimes, but they are just like having their own conversations about like anime, gaming. Like, oh, did you guys see that sports game? It's like there's even like a little like thread for like studying, and people will be like, I need a tutor. Can anyone help? Or like, does anyone know this problem? Or like people like being like, I'm going into finals. Like, wish me luck. And people like saying good luck. And there's like a birthday channel where people like when it's their birthday, like a little bot will like say it's their birthday, and everyone says happy birthday. And like when someone new joins, there's like a little thread that says welcome so-and-so for joining. And then they can introduce themselves if they so choose. And people will always be like they'll be like, oh my God, welcome. And it's not even people who are like my mods or people who work for me or myself. Right. It's always just like people in the community, because like they're so loved. Like not every community is like this. I think I have a really good one. And I've had people actually tell me that I have a very good community. Like people are very, very nice and like very, very welcoming. And and they like literally will like text each other good morning and like have conversations and stuff. It's like a big group chat. It's super sick.
Oh my gosh, that's like like, you know, if you ever went through like those bad comment days or ever felt down, just remember you have this like amazing community.
I know, and it makes me feel so happy, dude. And I mean, that's why I love Twitch. Like there's something so organic and like awesome about like having a community like this, because like on YouTube, I had a community on YouTube, but it was like they weren't really like interacting with each other. They were just kind of like commenting on my YouTube videos, you know what I mean? And now it's like they recognize each other, and I've made people like friends with each other. Like I had a bunch of people in my community like meet up for the first time in LA and get dinner, and they send pictures, and it was like the cutest thing. And they never would have met if they weren't just like fans of mine. And now they like, you know, like they'll say hi to each other in chat, and they'll talk to me, and they'll talk to me in Discord, and they'll like talk about random stuff. And it just like, it's so cool. Like, I think it's so fucking cool that I was able to like provide this space for these people, and they're just so welcoming. Like, it's so awesome. Like, it's so, and there's like even like a section where people like, if they have a bad day, they like talk about it, and people are like there for them to like support them and be like, we support you. Like, we're sorry that you went through whatever, like, here's advice or whatever. And it's just like, it feels so good to like be like the figurehead of something like that. Like it feels like I get so emotional over it. Like I fucking love Twitch. Like I've only been doing it for a year, but I already love it like way more than I ever loved YouTube. And I just think it's like such an amazing platform. And I just think that like I am so blessed to have such a great community, because like some people don't. Like some people, like people just aren't like super engaged, or they're like rude or like whatever, but I got like really lucky, and I think my community is like just like the best, like super sick.
You have a lot to be proud of there, especially because like I think social media can get like such a bad rap, like fake, it's whatever, and it's like here you are, somebody who's really like come up in this literally industry of many different social media platforms, and like this is literally clearly something that is very good in the social media realm. So you totally okay. So now let's go to where we are now. So you're into Twitch, you're on Twitch. What do you say like is your niche now?
Gaming. I play video games. Like that's my niche 100%. I say my two niches are like I make Instagram content, and then I stream. Like I think so I'm labeled as a variety streamer because I do a bunch of different stuff. Like obviously there's people who, for example, probably one of the most popular streamers right now, his name is Dream, and he pretty much only exclusively does Minecraft content. So he is considered a Minecraft Twitch streamer. I'm a variety streamer because I don't have like a niche game or a niche subject or a niche whatever XYZ thing. I play a bunch of different games, mostly FPS games. I also, on top of that, don't only do games. Sometimes I'll do like just chatting streams. So sometimes I'll cook, sometimes I'll draw. Sometimes, like I remember last year, I was like working on one of my photography finals, and I was like editing in Photoshop, and I was like, it was like literally midnight, and I was like, I'm so bored right now. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go live and like edit and like talk to people because like I want to. So I went live, and I was like just editing these like pictures for my final, and like people were just watching me edit, and it was like a very calming like late night stream, and we were just talking. And sometimes I fuck around with my friends, like, and we're live. Sometimes like I'll do ASMR stuff. Like I just got finished doing a subathon actually, where I streamed like 8 to 12 hours a day, where basically I was farming for subs. So the subs is the thing that you pay for, and people can also gift them. So I could potentially like pay $25 and gift 5 subs to each channel, and it'll give it to like 5 random people. And subathons are like a really big thing on Twitch, where there's like 2 generic ways to go about it. The first one is setting goals. So for example, like at 40 new subs, I will do X, and then 50, I will do X, 60, I will do X, I will do X. So I did that. And then you can also do another way, which is like every new sub, I add X amount of minutes to the stream. And then I don't end until you guys stop giving me subs. So for example, Ludwig did that, and he was live for like a month straight. He didn't stop. I think maybe if internet went down or whatever, like he would just get up and go shit or whatever, and like it would be the chair, but he like literally filmed himself eating, sleeping, working out, all from like his phone or his like set up for like a month straight. It was fucking insane.
That's insane. So now I'm just like, what does your weeks look like? Like what do you do?
So I literally wake up, I get ready to hang out, whatever. Like my schedule has changed a bit. So when I first started streaming, it was literally a year ago, which is why I had a subathon. It was a year ago and a week. And thank you. It's great. It's awesome. So I because school like came up pretty fast, like I'm about to start school like again. I would go to class, and I because I'm a Viz art student, for whatever reason, a lot of like upper divs are like at night, like 5 to 8 p.m.
So that was true in my film school too.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't be home until like 8. And so I would go live kind of later at night, and then I would just like stream for like 2-3 hours, and I only streamed like 3 times a week. And then I got super into it, and then COVID like happened. Like I mean COVID was like already happening, but I switched to online school. And then all of a sudden my schedule like switched up, and I was just home all the fucking time. So sometimes I would literally like skip class and just like play video games and stream and stuff. Not often, but sometimes I would do that. And then I became an afternoon streamer. So I would go live from like 1 until 3. And then because I had nothing else to fucking do, I streamed almost every single day, and I still do stream almost every single day. Like literally if I'm like back home, like I bring my whole ass setup. Like I know you can't really like see it right now, but I've got like a mic, a PC, like 2 like screens. I have like a camera, a light, like a bunch of shit like right here.
I can see your Instagram photos. Like I
can yeah. You can
like,
see it.
Shit. Like and
then I just take that shit home with me. But a general week for me, I'll tell you what this week looks like for me, because this week was literally insane. I would wake up, eat, start stream at 3. I would stream either until 8 p.m. or midnight. So depending on the day, if I was feeling it, somewhere between 8 to 12 hours. And I would literally just stream. So sometimes I'll play video games and then talk and then eat. Like I'll go cook myself some shit, and they'll just look at my chair for like 10 minutes, and they'll come back and like eat on stream and talk to them. And then stream ends, If it ends at 8, I go out with my roommates, usually for dessert or see my friends or whatever, or sometimes go out and drink. And then I would come back and pass the fuck out. And then like day starts again. Or I stream until 11 p.m. where it literally ends at 11 and then I go to sleep.
Wow.
And then one time I ended at like 3 in the morning and like we were playing like Fortnite until like 3 in the morning. And then I ended stream and just like passed out and then like started again. So it's literally just like wake up every single day, eat, stream, eat on stream, sometimes go out at night and then like edit. And the reason because of that is because it was a subathon. Now I stream 5 times a week, so I leave weekends open for myself to enjoy myself and have fun with my friends and whatnot. Which changed actually again because now I have sub Saturdays. So now I just stream. I for sure do not stream ever on Sundays, and then like usually one day of the week I'll just pick and choose, and like whatever the fuck day I don't feel like streaming, I just won't stream. Like today I'm streaming after we do this. I'm like opening a bunch of Pokemon cards that I bought for the subathon. So yeah. And then if it's school, then it's like wake up, go to school, come back, stream for 3 hours, and then go to sleep, and then do the same thing like the next day.
Oh my gosh. Like do you get enough sleep?
Oh yeah, I sleep like 6 hours a day. I sleep plenty. I know it sucks because like sometimes people will hit me up and I'll be like, bro, you gotta like everyone, most of my friends know if they want to do something with me, they have to let me know like a week or 2 in advance.
Wow.
Yeah, even if it's just like dinner or something. Like the only people I see like on the fly are like my roommates basically because they're like my best friends. So like we just do whatever. But it's like pretty aggressive. And on top of that, I travel a lot. Like this last month, I was in San Francisco for a week, came back here for 3 days, went back to San Francisco for another week, came back here for another day, went back to LA for a few days, then went to Vegas for a week, and then I was back in LA for a few days. Then I got back to San Diego and then immediately just started streaming. So it's like I'm probably like the most busiest person I've ever been.
Yeah. Are these trips work trips?
Yeah, some of them are work trips. Some of them are like for fun. Like some of them are to like meet other like content creators and stuff. This last month was a lot of like my vacation for fun like month because I was like, girl, you work so hard. Just take a break. Like you don't need to stream this month. Like just go. I didn't like not stream at all, but I was streaming like very sporadically through the month. But I was like out like having fun and like
good for you.
I deserved it. Yeah.
Dude, and you're like you're only 21.
Yeah.
You're good. Like I'm so excited to hear you say that you already like are doing that because like it took me a hot minute to just like learn balance of like work life and whatever, you know, so like that will help you stay in it forever. Like it really will. Good for you. You just totally deserved the break.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt guilty when I was out though. I was like, shit, I could be streaming right now. And then Katie, who's my roommate, who's like with me for a lot of trips, she's like, shut up, just like enjoy yourself. And I'm like, okay. And then I had a great time. And I still like was kind of working because I was like doing Instagram content while I was out there, like doing my childish shit.
I literally was about to ask, where does the Instagram and then you on top of it managed to keep up on your Instagram content?
So Instagram for me is like a little different because I don't post gaming content really for the most part on Instagram. I do a little bit from time to time, but Instagram for me is like my outlet for like my love for fashion and like makeup or like skincare, like lifestyle stuff. So that's where I post like all that stuff because I think that Instagram's a better format for me with that content than making like YouTube videos about it, if that makes sense. Totally. Like I just like post cute fits. I post like skincare videos sometimes. Like I'll post like funny, like I make TikToks also, so I'll post like funny shit there. Like it's just like it all like conglomerates, and every single different social media is like I think a little facet of like who I am. Like TikTok is like where my humor comes from. I guess Twitch is too because it's live. Twitch is like more of my nerdy side where I get to like nerd out on games and like Pokemon and like anime and stuff. And then Instagram is like my like little Fashion Nova sassy bitch like side or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Do you think all your audiences are different or are they somewhat the same?
I would say TikTok and Twitch are probably pretty similar, but Instagram is definitely like a complete different facet because like most of the people that follow me on Instagram follow me for lifestyle stuff. So they're not going to follow me on Twitch.
Yeah, like, that was literally what I was going to ask. So do a lot of your Twitch people follow you on Instagram, you think?
I would say so, probably. I would say like more people, like a bigger percentage of Twitch followers probably follow me on Instagram than the other way around.
Gotcha.
Because Twitch, the way that I grew from Twitch is actually one, obviously, because I already had a platform, but that barely did anything because Twitch is such a different platform than like Instagram and TikTok is. Yeah. But I got actually into like a really good group of streamers that all have their own platforms for playing video games and stuff, for being YouTubers or whatever. And so because I have pretty much like, I'm in that community now, like a lot of their followers like started following me. And then a lot of like people find me through like the Twitch Explore page. And then like raids and stuff. So like, it's just kind of like, a lot of the people that follow me on Twitch are like gamer nerds, like, and they don't necessarily want like to see like that type of Instagram content. So they don't really, maybe they do, I don't know. But like Instagram people don't really want to see the Twitch content. Twitch people don't really want to see the Instagram content, which is like fine for me. Like, I don't really.
You like having your different expressions.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I'd be so remiss if I didn't ask this. Like, you're hot. Like, what is your DM? Like
the creepiest DM? Oh God, dude, there's so many.
Yeah, I knew you would have a shit ton.
Like, okay. I think like recently one of the creepiest things is there's like this old ass man on my Instagram, and I haven't blocked him yet because I think it's kind of funny. Me and my friends,
I think they're funny too.
I think they're so funny, dude.
You're so and you know,
he's just like a really weird old man, and he comments on all of my posts like, be my girlfriend, like, you're beautiful, be my girlfriend, like DM me, and like sends me like the weird, like, I can hold on, let me find them. I can find the DMs. Like,
yes. I love it. I just knew you were like the best person to ask this.
Yeah, and I have like a pretty big Instagram following, so I get like hella weird DMs all the time. I can probably find it. I don't know. I need to scroll.
I love the weird DMs. I love them. I had a super weird one and I didn't screenshot it and I was so pissed. I
don't really screenshot. Oh my God. Actually, wait, on my Finsta, I forgot that I made like a little highlights of like weird DMs that I've gotten. I haven't updated in a while, but I could probably read some of them. Okay. This is a DM that I got. This is actually probably the weirdest one. So I'm writing you this random message as a call for help in a way. You see, I'm a male who is no question a chauvinistic pig and then some. I've treated women horrible and mainly as sex objects for as long as I can remember. I'm writing to you because you seem to know how to handle men like me. How do I change? I don't want to be a pig anymore. Sorry for the rant.
Did you respond?
No. I never responded to DMs, bro.
Oh my God.
My God.
So dead. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, this is another one. This one was funny. They go Bobs, like they misspelled boobs. And then a month later they go ass and conchi, like coochie, but they spelled it wrong again. And then a month later, because I didn't respond, they go, sorry, my account was hacked. I'm sorry for those messages.
If you're gonna do
this one, you can see it. It's this guy, like it's the same message over and over and over again. And all it says is, can you share a picture of your feet, please? Over and over and over again.
Yeah, for like $1 million, sure. It's such a good rise. Like, it's just like, yeah, give yourself a pat on the back for those. So fun.
Oh my God.
You are literally such a joy. Please, I want to know what's next. I know you're in film school. Like, What is the plan?
So being on set all the time in middle school made me really realize that I love doing film. I used to do it as like a hobby. And all throughout high school, I actually, I would fly around the country, like doing film festivals and stuff. Like I've won like LA Film Festival. Like I've done like big shit. I've had like a few films premiere at the AMC Theater in Times Square, actually. Oh. And going into college, I thought I wanted to be a director, but I've actually interned at a few studios that have done like major movies and stuff. I can't really talk about it because I signed NDAs, but I realized through those positions that I actually want to be a producer. So I'm currently in school, like generic film school that you don't really like. I mean, you can choose like a specification, but it's not going to be on your degree. So you choose your specification based off of what classes you want to take at UCSD. Sure. So I kind of just take everything because I like everything in film anyways. But the next step for me is currently I'm in San Diego. I go to UCSD. I'm actually graduating early with honors. Congrats. Let's get a dub in chat. Thank you. Normally people would have 3 more quarters. I actually only have 2, so I'll be done in March, but my lease here doesn't end until August. So I'll be here from March until August, just kind of doing my thing. Yeah. And then I'm actually going to be moving back to LA.
Yay! Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be still doing content full time. I consider myself a full-time content creator. I'm still going to be doing that through school. And once I get my degree, I'm probably going to apply for more jobs, like in the industry, like PA jobs and stuff at studios, so I can like work my way up. Like my goal in life is when I'm like, by the time I'm 50, to have like an Oscar nominated film that I've like worked on. Like that is my goal. Hopefully.
Like, you're going to do it. I love
it. Content creating is kind of like a side hustle where like I want to do film. Like I've always wanted to do film. That is like fucking passion. Like I love that shit. Like I if I could be a famous filmmaker, I would sell like my soul. And if part of selling my soul is you could never post on Instagram ever again, I would do it. Like wow. Like I would be doing it. Like I love making films. Like, and I want to make movies. Like I would love, I think ideally to like work for A24 or be on retainer for like Netflix or something. Yeah. But obviously in the entertainment industry, you don't make jack squat money until you're like way older. So luckily I have this to like give myself like a heavy income into it. Like And so, yeah, I'll be still it'll be like school kind of, where I'll be like working a 9 to 5. And then after that, I'll come home and like stream or like do Instagram or like whatever.
I think you're going to have a lot of power as a producer, because you're going to be very tuned into what people are already paying attention to.
Exactly.
And I think that's like so much power in the film industry right now, because like it's only becoming more congested of like a space. So it's like knowing what people are actually going to watch is a huge, and like, I think the best person is somebody who's very tapped into what teens are watching, you know, and like 100% coming up. So
yeah,
you're in like such a great place. I'm literally so excited for you. I literally had chills when you said you're graduating early with honors, and like, you have such a plan. Like, I am so excited to see what you do next. Please,
thank you.
Literally plug yourself out to us. Tell us everywhere we can find you.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys, there's so many platforms. Okay. The main ones where you can follow me, and my username is just @RayKanoa for everything, which is my name. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. I think those are the 4 platforms I use the most. Instagram, if you want to see them cute fashion pics. Twitch, if you want to see me fucking rage at Valorant. TikTok, if you want some really stupid comedy. And Twitter, if you just want to see my brain shit post. I tweet a lot, so don't follow it if you don't want to get spammed. But I also have like a Snapchat. I make cameos. I do all that kind of stuff. But I would say you can actually find all my links in the bios to those 4 places. So if you just go on my Instagram, you can click the link in my bio, and it'll take you to like literally all the links that I own. So go for
Amazing. Dude, thank you so much for being here. This was incredible.
I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, of course. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.